Hey guys, it's Greg from East Coast Eyes, and today I'm back with another awesome episode of Monday Mashup. So like I said last week, this series is new and improved, and we're talking about all kinds of stuff today and a lot of cool updates with the company, and so stay tuned. It's going to be a great episode. So first off, guys, obviously I have to talk about the Super Bowl. Yesterday, the Ravens played the 49ers in the Super Bowl, and luckily the Ravens won. I'll link some highlights for you on the screen so you can check them out if you weren't able to catch the game. It was a pretty awesome game. The Ravens came out really hot in the first half. Joe Flacco threw for 3 touchdowns, and so we were beating them in the first half, and then right at the beginning of the second half, the very first kick return, Jacoby Jones ran it back for a touchdown, so we thought that was really going to bury the game, and that was going to be it. We were going to go smooth sailing and win the Super Bowl. But then at the Superdome, there was a power outage in a lot of the lights, and so that kind of threw a rhythm off, and Colin Kaepernick and the 49ers came back really hot and actually came back almost within winning, really close to the end there. We had, at one point, we had a fake punt early in the game. So that was pretty awesome and fun to watch. At the end, we had to hold the ball and actually take a safety so that we would run some time off the clock, and so that we would be able to punt it to them off the punt after a safety, and they would only have time to run it back and would not have time to run a play. And in the end, we won. A lot of you guys know that Ray Lewis is retiring after this year, so it was kind of nice to see him go out on top. There's a lot of people that hate him, a lot of people that love him, but either way, I'm a big fan. It was nice to see him go out on top. So there'll be a parade in Baltimore tomorrow. So Ben, Mike, and I are going to head downtown for the parade. Let me know if you guys want me to take some video footage or clip together a cool video for that. I can try and do that if anybody's interested, but I don't really want to upload anything on this channel that's too Ravens biased. But if you guys want to see it, I'd be more than happy to upload it. So yeah, I'll have some highlights on the screen, and you guys can check those out. So the next item is Al Gear ran an article on the 3 starting sticks for the Hopkins attackmen, Zach Palmer, Brandon Ben, and Wells Stanwyck, and it was really cool to see that Zach Palmer was using the piece of East Coast mesh I had sent him in his Surgeon 10. And I've also been communicating with Brandon Ben a little bit through email, and he's got a piece of mesh that he's stringing up and trying out right now, so it's really cool to see that happening. I clipped together a cool video about Zach Palmer and talked about it a little bit earlier in the week. Wells Stanwyck, of course, uses a pita pocket, so that is going to be a little bit difficult to convert him over. But I actually have a Surgeon 10 here, so I'm going to be replicating Zach Palmer's stick, and I have a CEO back there, so I'm going to try and replicate Brandon Ben's stick as well, so you guys can check out how they're stringing their sticks. It looks like Zach Palmer's using quite a big bag with a tight channel, and Brandon Ben's using stringing quite similar to what I've used in my CEO before. And Wells Stanwyck's stick was kind of cool to see up close too. Not many people have gotten a chance to see a Stanwyck pita pocket up close, or flying around, see a Stanwyck pita pocket up close, or see detailed pictures of it. So that was really cool to see how his dad strings them, and he marks up the leathers with and the cross lace with markers and everything like that, so we can make sure it's symmetrical and all the tension is correct. So I thought that was a really interesting article. The link will be in the description. And you guys can check it out. You can also check out the video that I made about Zach Palmer's stick before as well. So another thing I'm really excited to announce to you guys that I thought would be a cool thing to put in the Monday Mashup is we are having our own custom East Coast style sticks produced by One Lacrosse, and you'll see the mock-up here on screen. So we're doing a white version and a black version with a really cool gray crab pattern, and that says East Coast Eyes on it, and they've got the speed grip finish that the Cutter C155 has that I've talked about, which is the light sandpaper coating. So we're really excited for those. It should be a little bit before we get them in, but I thought I'd let you guys check out the mock-up beforehand. We'll be selling them on our website, and we absolutely cannot wait. They're going to make really cool display sticks. I'll have to customize a head at some point to go with one, and I think you guys are going to really like them, and they'll be a good deal, and you'll be able to pick them up. And really excited about. We'll be releasing a couple more, but these are the 2 that we decided to start with. So let me know in the comments how you guys like these shafts, and if you think you might pick one up, because I think they're really, really awesome. So this is another item I thought you guys would find really interesting that I pulled from my parents' house when I was over there, and it's a vintage, not gear equipment, it's a piece of vintage lacrosse memorabilia that I have, and I thought it'd be really cool to show you guys. You guys might be interested. So what this is a year 2000, so 13 years old, Warrior catalog, which is actually signed by Ryan Powell. So this is from almost 15 years ago, over a decade, and it was really cool to see what kind of gear they were rocking in this old school Warrior catalog. The thing is actually still in mint condition with the signature on it and everything. So I thought, you know, it was really cool. I was really happy to see this when I went home. So you can see here is the original Revolution and Evolution, which is really cool. And they've also got, even in this is so old that it includes the Odyssey, the Diablo, the Cobra, and the Barracuda. So you can see all those there. The Odyssey is actually a head that some people like for face-offs now, because it's got a similar plastic to what they used on the original blade. And then for shafts, they've got the Titan Pro, Titan Classic, the Fat Boy, and the Whiplash Titan handle. So I thought that this was just a really cool. And then for gloves, they've got RPMs, which were the glove to have back in the day. I played with these in middle school, so they are really cool as well. I think I might still have a pair of my little RPMs somewhere at my house. So I just thought that was a cool piece of memorabilia, and some of you guys that maybe weren't playing lacrosse in 2000 might want to check that out. So two other things, guys, is that on YouTube a couple things popped up. The first is Team USA versus Loyola highlights from the other weekend. If you didn't get a chance to see the game, you should definitely at least watch the highlights. They were really awesome, and Sam Bradman was just playing out of his mind. But both teams looked on point, especially since the USA team hadn't had a chance to play with one another, and they were just kind of getting out there with limited practice and playing together. But the Loyola team also looked top-notch, and I've seen in a couple things they've got the #1 ranking this year, and they look like they're going to come back strong for a second year in a row. It looked like the stringing wasn't really affecting anybody, the shooting string rule. You know, it seemed like they were really shooting accurately and passing well, and everything looked really crisp. So I don't think that's going to be an issue this season. It did seem like the ball came out just a tiny bit easier, and you could see some of the rule changes implemented, like the quick whistles and things like that. And I really like the pace of the game, and I think all the changes are going to end up being really positive. And another item is something you guys are going to like on the Lacrosse Network. The most popular series on their channel, or one of the most popular series, is Club Ball, where Colorado Red Hot Buffs. It's a documentary that follows them around throughout the season that I believe Contest Colin produces and directs, or whatever you want to call it, and it is really well done. I love watching all of them. It's like a little TV mini-series about the team, like a little kind of Hard Knocks, if you've seen that show, about the Red Hot Buffs, and it's really awesome. Make sure you check out the link on screen to that video, and there's going to be more episodes as the season goes along. Another thing they did, which I absolutely love, is NLL top plays. They did a top 10 for the week in the NLL, so the link for that will be on the page as well. Definitely go check them out. The NLL always has a lot of sick plays, behind the backs, between the legs, all kinds of stuff, crazy moves on that tiny little goal with that huge goalie. So definitely going to make sure check both those out and subscribe to the Lacrosse Network while you're there, because they're going to have the NLL all season long. And the final thing, guys, is that I saw on Bro Bible this week that the Entourage movie has been given the green light. I'm a huge Entourage fan. It's an HBO series, and I thought some of you guys might be Entourage fans as well. They ended with 8 seasons, and with plans for a movie in the works to wrap it up, and that movie has gotten the green light. I'm not sure when the release date's going to be yet, but it is coming, and I'm really excited. I can't wait, and I hope some of you guys are Entourage fans too. If you're not, you can still get into the series. I can crush a season of Entourage in like 2 days, so you could definitely crank through it before the movie comes out, so definitely go check it out. So really excited for that to be coming out. So now we're going to get into the gear drops from the last week. Again, these pictures are not mine. I didn't take them. I pulled them off of blogs such as Lacrosse Playground, Lax All-Stars, Isle Gear, and 412 Lax, as well as some Facebook pages. So make sure you guys check all those out for more gear and lacrosse articles and everything like that. They will provide really nice content. So first, we've got the Hopkins full kits. You guys had seen some of the gloves. Their STX Shadows have been released, and now also their Nike jerseys. They're rocking 3 different jerseys. They've got a white with Columbia blue, a Columbia blue with black, and a black with Columbia blue. And it's always Really nice to see the full kit all together. You had seen all the custom gloves last week, and 412 Lax presented a really interesting question, and that is, would you rather have really custom, really flashy gloves, or simpler gloves that complement the whole kit together and really tie the whole thing in? And for me, it's all about the whole look. When you strap on the gloves and the jersey and everything all together, you want it to look connected, and I feel that the Hopkins kits really do that this year, and I'm really excited to see the whole thing. And maybe they'll do something really cool like the heritage uniforms and helmets that they did last year, because that was really interesting. The next thing is Warrior was dropping a whole bunch of stuff this last week. They dropped another pair of Loyola gloves, which are primarily gray with white accents. They're King 4s, and they've got the Kelly green in there. And I really like the look of these. I like their gray and Kelly color scheme, and I think they're going to go very well as well. In the same vein, Warrior dropped a new glove for Denver. They're using, I think, the MD4s, and I'm not a huge fan of them. I would have rather have seen them in Kings or Regulators like they had last year. I know no one likes to use the same gloves they had last year, but I'm just not a big fan of the look of these. They might be really comfortable, I don't know. They're mostly gold with the white cuff accent. But another thing I really like from Denver is their cleats. And this picture this picture came off 412 Lax, and Warriors dropping some custom cleats this year. These have the mountains on them with the blue and the yellow and the red on the inside. They look absolutely sick. The custom cleats are really another level. Usually Nike teams get, you know, some colored shoes, some custom colors, like Syracuse had those custom Volton orange ones. But these are really custom with the printing, so that really makes a huge difference. Michigan also had a couple gloves drop. Nothing too special here, but I really like them. It's a classic colorway with the navy and athletic gold. Flies still flying around. So they look really good. Warriors starting to do some custom patterns on their gloves. You can see it's got a pattern in the yellow on the top. Another full kit that dropped was the Penn State full kits, and they look really nice as well. Really clean with a lot of white and some navy. The helmets are really nice with just a decal on the white. They're rocking what appear to be the Brian Defs. Defs are gloves that I wore when I was in college pretty early, and they brought them back and revamped them for another run. I really like it. It's a classic look. They didn't mess with it too much, didn't try and update it too much, but it turned out really nice. And another school that dropped some full kits, it's a Warrior school, is Salisbury. And these things are wow. They really went all out. As you guys know, Salisbury is always one of the powerhouses in Division III. And so they went with some checkerboard, a whole lot of yellow, a whole lot of the maroon or crimson color, and they look absolutely sweet. They got King 4s, the matte helmets. The whole thing is going to look crazy together. A lot of color, not a lot of white. Looks really, really nice. And finally, Under Armour dropped a couple pairs of gloves. I know last year Maryland had sent their gloves back. They were a newly Under Armour sponsored team, and they ended up using the K-Team 2s because the Under Armour gloves, I'm not sure what the problem was. They didn't provide enough protection. It seems like they went back and tried again. They're actually sponsoring Towson this year as well, and I think also UMBC, so a bunch of Baltimore, Maryland teams. And so they're going a little more custom with the gloves and printing some patterns on them, kind of like what Maverick is doing with their gloves. So again, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed all the gear. Make sure to go and check out all the blogs. I'll have all kinds of links in the description to all these articles. Alright guys, so now it's time for the mashup of the videos from the last week. In case you missed any, they'll all be linked on screen, and you can check them out. So we had Road to the Season episode 2 about weight and strength training. Many people liked that episode. A lot of people requested for me to do one more specifically about weightlifting, diet, and putting on some mass, so I might do that as well. Then we had a live stringing of a Nike Lakota, where I string up a new one for my game stick. Here it is right here. It's a black Lakota with black to white East Coast mesh and some Volt strings. I've actually started to coach now, youth league in my area, and I brought this stick along with me. So I've coached on the first day, and I think a lot of the kids were checking it out and really liking it. So I plan to put together a couple more sticks to coach with as well. I love coaching. I'm really excited to start the season. Then we had the Volt Lacrosse head dye tutorial. My Volt Blade Pro is back there from that. Then we had that video I made about Zach Palmer. Definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. It got almost 5,000 views in the last week, and it is awesome. Just the first video I edited with my new got new software that that'll really help me edit videos a little bit better. You know, I'm self-taught. I'm an accountant. I didn't learn any of this stuff, so I'm trying to teach myself how to do it. Then a tutorial for an Edge X with a mid pocket, and finally Sunday Fun Day, we were giving away Black to Carolina mesh kit. You have to guess Mike, and Ben combined weight. So go click on that video and comment to be entered. So that's everything, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the episode. I do put some work into editing these, so if you would throw the video a like, it really helps the video get noticed. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel for daily lacrosse videos, and have a great day, guys.